Deep inside remote deserts, artificial ocean platforms, and secluded valleys sit entire futuristic cities built for the global elite that are completely empty. Billionaires spent tens of billions of dollars trying to build modern utopias, high-tech megalopolises, and exclusive private island sanctuaries. Yet today, these massive mega-projects stand as silent, decaying ghost towns built and abandoned in record time. Welcome to the dark reality of Forgotten Billionaire Ghost Towns. To understand how whole cities become modern ruins, we first have to look at the psychology of tech billionaire ambition. When tech moguls accumulate unimaginable wealth, buying traditional mansions, mega yachts, and private jets is no longer enough. They decide to build entire sovereign cities from scratch. The vision is almost always identical: a high-tech paradise free from government regulations, legacy taxes, and old urban infrastructure. These projects promise autonomous transport systems, zero-carbon green energy grids, integrated artificial intelligence, and ultimate luxury. Global investors and buyers fall for the narrative early, spending millions of dollars on real estate before a single brick is laid. Architectural renders promise shimmering glass towers, lush sky gardens, autonomous drones, and futuristic transport networks. Marketing campaigns pitch these projects not as simple real estate developments, but as the blueprint for the future of human civilization. From artificial archipelagos in tropical oceans to futuristic eco-cities built in harsh deserts, capital flows without limit. For a brief moment, it looks as though modern titans of industry are successfully rewriting the laws of urban planning. Millions of tons of concrete are poured, island foundations are dredged from ocean floors, and skyscraper frames rise into the skyline. Yet beneath the dazzling promo videos lies a fatal design flaw: building a living human city requires far more than just capital and code. Our first major case study takes us to artificial coastlines designed exclusively for the global tech elite. Billionaires poured endless capital into creating private artificial islands designed as tax haven kingdoms. Massive sand dredging ships worked around the clock to reshape ocean floors into complex palm shapes, world maps, and custom logos. The goal was simple: build private ultra-luxury estates with private beaches, superyacht docks, and total independence. At its peak, celebrities, venture capitalists, and tech tycoons bought multi-million-dollar plots of land on paper. Global media covered the development as the ultimate symbol of human engineering and modern luxury living. Then, economic reality struck. Global financial shocks and shifting market conditions froze investment capital overnight. Construction slowed down, property values plummeted, and the astronomical cost of maintaining artificial islands in harsh ocean waters became obvious. Without constant, expensive maintenance, ocean erosion began taking over. Unfinished concrete villas began sinking back into the sand. Seawalls collapsed under violent ocean storms, private beaches eroded away, and multi-million-dollar island plots were left completely abandoned. Today, many of these artificial islands sit as empty, eroding mounds of sand in the open ocean. Where luxury superyachts were supposed to dock, there is only rust, saltwater corrosion, broken infrastructure, and silence. Moving from the ocean into the desert, we find another category of billionaire failure: high-tech eco-cities built from nothing. The core idea behind these developments was to engineer a zero-carbon, zero-waste smart city packed with artificial intelligence sensors. Robotic delivery systems, driverless transit pods, and microclimate shading were supposed to replace traditional urban living. Tech billionaires pledged tens of billions of dollars to turn arid wasteland into a thriving international innovation hub. Massive tax subsidies were offered to major global universities and tech corporations to relocate their headquarters. The initial phases looked like a live-action science fiction movie set. Sleek glass and metal structures rose out of the sand, and automated underground transit networks were constructed. However, the project quickly ran into extreme engineering and financial roadblocks. The cost of powering and cooling high-tech infrastructure in extreme desert heat proved far higher than projected. More importantly, actual human beings simply refused to move there. The city felt sterile, overly monitored by surveillance algorithms, and completely isolated from real culture and economic hubs. As tech market cycles turned downward, corporate funding dried up almost completely. Phase 2 and 3 of construction were abruptly cancelled midway through production. Today, vast stretches of this high-tech desert dream are sealed off behind security fencing. Dust settles on unclean solar arrays, wind blows through vacant research centers, and automated transport pods sit frozen in underground tunnels. It remains a multi-billion-dollar museum of unfulfilled tech promises. Perhaps the most bizarre failed cities are the crypto billionaire and tech bro corporate havens. In recent years, wealth created by digital assets and software monopolies sparked a new wave of radical urban experiments. Tech founders pushed the concept of seasteading, building sovereign floating platforms in international waters beyond national jurisdiction. Others bought massive tracts of land in developing nations, attempting to establish corporate city-states governed entirely by smart contracts. These projects claimed they would revolutionize law, currency, human freedom, and governance. Promotional campaigns featured futuristic floating pods, private heliports, and crypto-driven local economies. However, political and physical reality quickly destroyed these dreams. Host governments revoked sovereignty permits, local populations protested corporate land grabs, and international ocean laws proved impossible to bypass. Naval architecture engineering costs skyrocketed far beyond what even billionaire funds could sustain. The few floating platforms that were actually constructed were abandoned after severe sea storms damaged their structures. Land-based corporate enclaves became trapped in endless legal battles and international litigation. What remains are half-built luxury compounds rotting in tropical jungles and floating steel platforms rusting in international waters. They serve as stark reminders that writing code for an app is fundamentally different from building and governing a real-world society. Why do these billionaire cities turn into ruins in record time compared to historic ghost towns? Ancient cities failed over centuries due to climate shifts, war, or trade route changes. Billionaire ghost towns collapse in less than a decade because they are built on financial speculation rather than organic human need. Real cities grow around natural resources, geographical trade hubs, and organic human communities. Billionaire cities are forced into existence top-down by capital infusions and marketing hype. When financial market conditions change, interest rates rise, or billionaire priorities shift, these projects are instantly abandoned. The high-tech materials used to build them, glass, steel, automated electronics, decay rapidly without round-the-clock maintenance. Solar arrays degrade, smart sensors fail, and coastal concrete rots from salt corrosion. Within just 5 to 10 years, a multi-billion-dollar master-planned paradise degrades into a post-apocalyptic ruin. They become permanent monuments to hubris, demonstrating what happens when immense wealth attempts to force the future without understanding human nature. The story of Forgotten Billionaire Ghost Towns isn't just about wasted capital. It is a powerful lesson about the limits of technology, wealth, and top-down urban planning. True human communities cannot simply be bought, programmed, or dredged from the ocean floor. If you want to explore more deep dives into emerging technology, data science, and internet culture, subscribe to New Data Trust right now. Click the video on your screen right now to see how AI is secretly reshaping another massive industry.